Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have so much exciting stuff to talk about, from a new character, Skelly Vonderbone, our first look at her in the animated series from tonight's episode, and the voice actor being Trixie Mattel, the drag queen icon herself. And we have more pictures of the episode and new music video about Twyla, surprisingly. So stay tuned and let us get into it. Starting off with the new music video. This came out of nowhere. We already had a Twyla music video that was kind of like stop motion-y. And then we just got another one today, but it's a little bit longer. And as you might have noticed, it's in the old doll style animation, but it is improved, thankfully. Like, I know a lot of people had complaints about the earlier, style of animation, and it just kind of felt buggy and like it wasn't as smooth. And they definitely fixed it up a little bit. They improved the graphics. It's so clean. The animations are so smooth, and the expressions are so good. Like, I love how expressive Twyla is here. It just looks really amazing, and the whole song is also a bop. Obviously, it's stuck in my head as we speak. It's an earworm for sure. And just the whole graphics of the set design looks amazing. So it's Twyla. The song is the same. It's Twyla in a lot of different library settings that actually looks very similar to the library that we already got to see in the animated series in those little clips. And then we get some dance sequences with the other ghouls in the rain, giving Rihanna umbrella vibes. And then we also get to see our first look at Dustin. Obviously Twyla's little bunny, dust bunny pet, which actually Dustin is not just a bunny that looks kind of like a stuffed bunny or like fluff. He actually, apparently, it makes sense now of the name as well. Apparently he's actual dust, and that's why he looks kind of fluffy, not because he's like plush, because he's actual dust. So that's kind of like what happened in a music video as well, and she had to overcome her fears over like little dust under her bed, and then she made a new friend, Dustin. So really cute. And we also got to see more of her powers. Apparently she can read books while she's asleep. Amazing. And then obviously we get to see her go into her shadow form as well, her glowing blue eyes, which look amazing. And I do wonder if they will change her eye color for the series to blue, because as we've seen, they've made the eyes purple so far. So that's a really weird difference, because everything else looks the same here. Oh yeah, I do have to point out, the hands are not black. They are in the same kind of like purple color like the doll has, which people don't like. I get that. It looks very like it's like the color is so like it's so like obnoxious, like how it just cuts to purple on her hand. So I really wish they would have changed it up for like the music video or for like the series. Let's see what happens. I do feel like an episode is coming out next week, so we still have some time for them to technically fix things. Perhaps I'm not sure how this actually works, but let's see. She looks great. The hair, the graphics, I'm just gushing. She looks so cute. I love her pictures here, her scenes. I'm in love. I feel like she's probably like one of my favorite characters. And then also whoever sang the song, I actually really like their voice. So I feel like if they also voiced Twyla in the episodes, I wouldn't mind that. I would actually really like that. I feel like she has a very deep, nice, soothing voice, and it kind of fits Twyla, because Twyla is also very shy and very mysterious. And the voice is just it kind of resonates with Twyla, and so of course no wonder they gave her that voice for the singing here. So maybe she'll voice her. Maybe it's like something like in the vein of this voice, like more growly, like toned down, shy. I just hope she sounds like herself. So anyways, there's not much else. We didn't get any Easter eggs in the music video or anything. It just was a good fun time, and it was really cute. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but in actually multiple points in music video, we see her reading this book. Now this book looks very specific because the title literally reads Intro to Talismans, and if you look at the corners, we have a bunch of little symbols that resonate with all the main characters we've seen so far. We have a shell for Laguna, we have a lightning bolt for Frankie, a little, serpent for Deuce, we have a gem for Cleo, we have a bat for Draculaura, a moon for Claudine. And so obviously we already know from the main plot of season 1, it's mainly about them finding these talismans so they can open up the portal to get Claudine's mom back. So I wonder if maybe this book isn't just like a throwaway book for the music video, and maybe it actually will show up in the season as well. And that's maybe why they introduce Twyla, because maybe Twyla will help Claudine out with finding the other talismans as well. I feel like this means something. This means something for sure. Then we have another picture here of the upcoming episode for today. This case, it's the Flaunt Your Skeleton episode, and this shot shows us Ghoulia, the gang, Manny, even Awesome, but also the new character called Skelly Vonderbone, who is a Monster High alumni, and I think she's like a pop star or like an icon, and maybe she's like a judge on like this new competition show where Ghoulia is gonna like try to perform and impress Skelly Vonderbone. But the biggest, like, obviously she looks great, and I was like really pleasantly surprised with how she turned out in the fully 3D rendered version of her, because we obviously got to see early concept art leaked a while back, and actually there was an option between a pink, orange, and then they chose the green with purple mixed one outfit here for the final design. So she looks amazing, and with this new with Skelly, we have our first look at a skeleton character in the G3 universe. So I feel like this also gives us a really good idea at what Skelita will look like, because Skelita, we've also seen her design leaked a while back. And so with Skelly here, we already have our first skeleton character, and so I feel like we have a better idea at what Skelita will look like with the proportions, the bones, and amazing. I'm really happy. But I was shook really when I heard the name. So the casting for Skelly, at first you're like Brian, and it's like, okay, like who is just a normal person voicing her? But nope, it's actually Trixie Mattel. Brian is the real name of Trixie Mattel, and I was so shook when I read this on Google. But it makes sense, honestly. I mean, even if you just look at the design of Skelly with that big hair, like the loud colors, that is so Trixie Mattel. And obviously Mattel is literally in her name, so I'm so hyped that Skelly Trixie Mattel is finally working with Mattel on something. Maybe she has in the past. I'm not sure. But this is like really like, I'm so happy that also like our first voice acting debut, maybe. It's so awesome. Like it's perfect. It's perfect. And if they make Skelly Vonderbone as a character a drag queen on this show, and a series on Monster High, oh my god, I'm shook. I'll be speechless. I'm dead. I'll be dead. Like, it's just so perfect. It's perfect. I honestly hope that Skelly as a character is a drag queen, because it will be perfect with Trixie Mattel. Also, just the whole thing. It fits in perfectly. But even if she isn't a drag queen, the whole personality, the character, it just kind of fits with Trixie voicing her. So I'm super hyped. I'm even more excited now about the new episode. I cannot wait to hear how she sounds like and just how she moves and everything. I hope she has a ton of screen time. Then we do have another picture where we can see Skelly in a better high quality shot. She's really like cut off though, so it's really not fair, but she looks amazing. And Laguna is here, Ghoulia is here, Frankie. Obviously, I'm sorry, I keep talking about Skelly, but the actual episode is about Ghoulia. So, the highlight is going to be on, the spotlight is going to be on Ghoulia, which is great because we only got to see her really quickly in past episodes. So, Felicia Day, who is the voice actress for Ghoulia, is gonna be able to chew a lot of scenery here in this episode. That's amazing. And then we also have another picture of the other episode, the other half of the episode today, which is Horror Scare with Cleo and Frankie. And look at this picture. Look, Cleo is holding Frankie's face. Why? What's happening? Context, please. It looks so cute. I love their dynamic, their friendship. And then obviously we also had this picture that I showed, I believe in yesterday's video or something. This is also taken from the same episode where, you know, Cleo, it's about Cleo and her, like this icon that she gets to meet. And just, I guess, who is this icon? Who is this famous personality that she's obsessed with? Let's see what happens. I'm so excited. That was the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way daily and keeping you up to date with all the adulty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time, stay peachy. Kisses.